Hello adventurers, I'm All Ranger. Welcome to this series where we read the new update from the Osrs website for your listening pleasure. I will not be adding any feedback or opinions in this video. Everything after this has come from the Osrs website. Sit back and enjoy. This week we're putting a spring in your step with the 2023 Easter event. Easter event. The Easter Bunny is back, and once again, he needs your help to keep egg production on track. In what seems to be a recurring tradition, the fate of the entire holiday rests on your shoulders as you use your best detective skills to track down the Easter Bunny's egg mold in time to feast on the chocolatey goodness. To kick off this year's event, head to Varrock, where the Easter Bunny is hanging out between Varrock West Bank and Zaff's staff shop. Tracking down the egg mold will be no simple task. You'll have to navigate through conversations with all of Gertrude's children, and they're a pesky bunch. They're so pesky, in fact, that they wouldn't even tell us where they've hidden the egg mold, so you're on your own. We can reveal, however, that you'll be rewarded with some exciting fashionscape for your efforts, some hot-to-trot headwear, and a fearsome new weapon. Lastly, here are some words from Misc, who developed the event. Hey gamers! It's official, my first piece of content being released into Osrs is here. Words cannot express how excited I am for you all to delve into the Easter event this year. After being a scaper for over half of my life, it's been heartwarming to work on the game I love, to produce a fun experience for you all. It's been delightful working with so many talented, enthusiastic, hard-working people to produce this fun seasonal event, which should get your brain ticking. I'm ecstatic to work on some really awesome projects coming throughout the year. 2023 is going to be amazing for old school. The art team have done a fantastic job with the rewards. The art team never miss, unlike my AGS. I look forward to seeing the Easter rewards being used in-game. I'm confident there is one reward the community will try some interesting challenges with. Stay safe and happy scaping. Misc. Now for something a little less sugary, the ongoing Bounty Hunter Rewards Beta. New skill pitches poll. If you've not been living under the biggest rock imaginable, you'll know what we've been ramping up talks about old school's first ever new skill. In fact, we've ramped up so much that there is a poll live now for you to vote for your favorite of our 3 new skill pitches so that we can take one through to refinement. Make sure to check out the blog we released detailing the pitches before casting your vote. If you're looking for even more information, you can check out a brief FAQ and summary of our first time using Discord stages to talk with players about the new skill, an AMA we hosted on the /r/2007 Scape subreddit, a roundtable we recorded before sharing the pitches with all of you, and a live stream Q&A VOD where we answered a bunch of questions from all of you. If you'd like to get involved in the conversations yourself, join the New Skill Player Council Discord server. We're checking in weekly over there and fast approaching 10,000 members. That's a whole lot of stuff for you to consume, so get yourself clued up and be sure to cast your vote using the community menu under the in-game account settings menu or visiting your nearest poll booth in Gielinor. Bounty Hunter Rewards Beta changes. Last week we opened up Beta Worlds 401, 405, 407, 409, and 412 to give players a chance to test some of the proposed rewards for Bounty Hunter, coming later this year. Following your feedback, we've made a handful of changes, specifically to the Corrupt Ancient Warrior Armors, the Imbued Dark Bow, and the Imbued Abyssal Dagger. Some of you felt as though the Corrupt Ancient Warrior Armors were underwhelming offensively, and that they lacked a solid strength bonus to make those extra combat levels worth your while. Additionally, the accuracy bonuses were less useful than they could be, as a lot of players will be using these sets to fight other low defense builds. We've taken this feedback on board and given the corrupt sets a little extra oomph. Additionally, we saw lots of comparisons between Morrigan's armor and Void Knight armor. Although they have similar accuracy bonuses, Void strength bonus, coupled with the low risk of the Bounty Hunter environment, leaves Morrigan's set looking less desirable. We've decided to give both the corrupted and uncorrupted versions some ranged strength bonuses for this week of the beta, to see if this helps. Weapon imbues. We're largely happy with how the imbued variants of several weapons are shaking out. However, we have made some small changes to the Dark Bow and the Abyssal Dagger. Dark Bow, Although many of you feel the Dark Bow is much improved by the Imbue, we've seen suggestions that the delay between hits makes its special attack easy to eat through and that it struggles to be viable as a result. For the second week of the beta, we've tweaked the Imbued Dark Bow's special attack so that both arrows land at the same time. We're really interested to see your feedback on this one, so let us know if this change makes the bow feel more useful or just more OP. Abyssal Dagger, Remember what we said about no longer living in the shadow of the Dragon Dagger? Well, it seems that statement has aged a little too well. To recap, the imbued version comes with a nice accuracy increase and ditches the damage reduction component of the special attack. Combined with the set effects of the Ancient Warrior gear, the dagger is seriously consistent and hits extremely hard. We'd like to rein it in a little and add back -5% damage reduction to the special attack. We're open to further tweaks on this one. Our aim is to make the Abyssal Dagger, feel good to use, without making it feel like a death sentence when your opponent equips one. Ancient Warrior Weapons. It's the moment you've been waiting for. We've enabled the Ancient Warrior Weapons for this week of the beta. That means you'll now be able to try out Statius' Warhammer, Vesta's Longsword, Vesta's Spear, Zuriel's Staff, Morrigan's Throwing Axes, and Morrigan's Javelins. Their stats are unchanged from the versions that already exist in Last Man Standing and Dead Man mode, but we think it's important that you're able to test them alongside the other rewards on offer. As a final couple of tweaks to the beta worlds, you should now be able to test your shiny new weapons out on the dummy inside your player-owned house. Additionally, your energy will now drain as normal when running, since we've seen a few requests for this to facilitate more realistic interactions when testing various PvP scenarios. Now, before we move on to this week's smaller changes, we've got an update regarding Jagex accounts. Jagex accounts open beta. It's happening. Yesterday, we expanded our Jagex accounts beta from 50% of players to 100% of players. Now, anyone who wants to can navigate to their account settings on our website and opt in to the Jagex accounts beta. This represents a huge step forward for account security, allowing players to protect all their characters under a single, safe Jagex account. If you've somehow missed all the news about Jagex accounts, you can read all about them in this blog post. After signing up, you must make a note of your backup codes and keep them in a safe place. This is the only way you'll be able to recover your account if you forget your details or lose access to your authenticator after making the switch, so it's imperative that you have them on deck. Now, let's wrap up with a tasty spoonful of miscellaneous changes. Other changes. Players can now toggle a MakeX interface for fletching darts. This setting is toggled off by default for existing accounts, but can be enabled in the settings menu. If you're making a new account, this setting will be toggled on by default and needs to be disabled if you'd like to go back to making darts rapidly. The mobile client will now remember whether or not your minimap was expanded the last time you logged out. The Soul Bearer will now ask players how many charges they'd like to add, rather than just using all the runes they have available. How polite! Zealot robes now provide their resource-saving bonus to ensouled heads on the ground, meaning those of you looking to save valuable ticks by dropping your ensouled heads before reanimating, or reanimating them without ever picking them up in the first place, will have a shot at preserving them. Fixed a bug in Tombs of Amiscut where freezing a warden just as it was waking up would simply remove it from existence. Oops! Praying at an altar will now reset the timer on any prayer point draining effects. We've also applied this change to player-owned house pools, the Falador Elite Shield, and various raid rooms. Fixed a bug where the Occult Necklace was not being dropped upon death for the Max/Mid and Zerker modes in Last Man Standing. It is still deleted on death in 1 Death Pure mode, where the necklace is offered as a starting loadout item. Players can now check the number of charges in their Revenant weapons and their Wilderness boss upgrades while in the bank interface via a new check option. Previously inaccessible music tracks from Castle Wars, Clan Wars, Last Man Standing, The Volcanic Mine, the Fossil Island Underwater Area, and Trouble Brewing have been made available on the Dead Man World 345. Visiting or attempting to enter the relevant areas will unlock the tracks. Activity high scores that previously had a minimum KC of 30 have been expanded. The new minimum is 25. Players in the 25 to 29 KC range should find that their scores are added gradually over their next few gaming sessions. As a reminder, we're rolling this update out in separate parts to reduce strain on the high score system, and you can expect to see more expansions in the coming weeks. Crack the clue. Wooks has provided us all with an especially cryptic clue this week. With no additional information needed, feast your eyes on this week's hint. The PvP rota has moved to Period A. World 390 AUS for LMS competitive has been activated with this rota. The PvP arena is using max/med loadouts and ranked duels and tournaments this week. That's a wrap on this week. We hope to see loads of you helping the Easter Bunny, trying out the new additions to the Bounty Hunter Rewards beta, and perhaps most importantly leveling up your account security by making the switch to Jagex accounts in our open beta. You can also discuss this update on our official forums, on the 2007 Scape subreddit, the Steam forums, or the community-led Osrs Discord in the #GameUpdate channel. For more info on the above content, check out the official Old School Wiki. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and like or dislike the video as it helps with visibility and lets me know your opinion. If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave a comment. This has been All Ranger. Stay safe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.